Hello, hello, hello. So we are live. I decided to do a little bit of a banner thing, you know, just spice things up a little bit more. So, yes, we are live. We've got a few people in the chat already. The good thing about a banner thing is it means that actually people have a chance to jump in. And then when I come on live, we're straight into it. People are in the chat. It's cool. So, anyway, we've got Michelle in. We've got Thrift BCQ, and we've got Zahir in as well. So yeah, if there's anyone else in the chat, jump in and say hello. If you got any questions, comments or queries, then drop those in first, and I'm sure within a few minutes we'll probably have an ads card pop up from someone. Hopefully Shazad isn't in, because he has got, well, he's got a monopoly on the ads cards, and he's got about 200 of them or something. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so as I say, if you've got any comments, questions or queries, whack them in the chat. Also, first off, I wanted to talk about eBay sales, because eBay sales were really good for me yesterday and the day before. I sent a load of offers to watchers, and so that helped massively. Every time I do that, it really, really does help. But what I'm finding actually is, and I think this is just because pretty much everyone's at home these days, except obviously the essential workers. But yeah, a lot of people are at home, so it means that essentially, you know, people can just go on eBay, people can go on Etsy, on Amazon, wherever, and be browsing. So yeah, you would have imagined that there was some sort of uptick in sales and uptick in activity. Lol, he is the majority stakeholder. He basically is. He's got absolutely tons. I couldn't believe it when he was purchasing the packs. I was like, oh my god, he's bought another. Like, it was mental. But yeah, every week now I get. Oh, actually, I better turn my mic down. It's going into the red here. One sec, turn that down a bit. I'm probably like sounding really loud to you guys there, because saying, you know, that little bar on OBS, you have a little bar to show like your mic going up and down, and it was going into the red, so it must have been really quite crazy. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying now, but yeah, he was basically he bought loads of packs and stuff. So oh yeah, that's it. So every time we do Thursday talks, and you know, I'm thinking, oh god, he's going to be in the chat, and he's going to be in the chat, and then he's going to use a card that I really don't want to say, or I don't want to talk about, or whatever, I don't know, because there is some juicy cards. So yeah, I'm hoping that if he does come in, he'll be kind to me this week, and he won't obviously use any of those cards. I hope he doesn't use one of them secret sharer ones, but don't tell him I said that. He's probably already in. He's probably lurking or something. But anyway, so as I was saying, so sales. So yeah, sales have picked up. I think I did 140 or 150 quid yesterday, which is brilliant. So yeah, I was really, really happy with that. And I think even the day before was okay, and then the day before that wasn't as good, but you know, it's been pretty steady. It's been pretty alright the last few days, and I can't really complain with it, you know, to be honest. And it's the only fact is really of obviously this upset, as you know, I'm posting out once every 5 days and stuff, and I've had a really, really kind message from a buyer actually that I think I shared on a vlog that'll be coming out soon, so I won't kind of reiterate that too much, but I did have a really nice message from a buyer that basically said that, you know, I'm well aware of the situation at the moment and don't feel pressured to send it like really quick or anything like that. And yeah, he was really nice about it, really. I think he said also if you want to cancel the order or something, if you're not running any longer, then don't worry, cancel the order, it's perfectly fine and everything. So yeah, that was really good. And so I had that message, but I had a lot of other messages that were, some of them were kind of a bit less positive, and then others were kind of in between, like people just saying, about the situation and stuff. But I have had quite a lot of messages, as you would expect, and probably as you guys have as well, about the kind of, about the situation and stuff. Just customers just getting in touch about it, really. But yeah, so it's not been too bad, really, considering that I did the 5-day working dispatch. And I thought that would knock it quite a bit. Doing the 5-day working dispatch, I thought that would knock it quite a lot. And it didn't really. It was actually okay. So, yeah, can't really complain with that. It was alright. But saying that, I did do the, what's it called? The send offers to watches yesterday. So that skews it a bit. Yeah, I got good sales, but you don't know for how much longer that's continuing, because it's affected primarily by just that one day of those offers, but we'll see. Anyway, it was pretty cool. So yeah, we've got a couple of more people jumping out. We've got Money Mental UK and Andrew. I've not messaged you back, have I, Andrew? I saw that message last night, and then, or what was it, 2 o'clock in the morning? Did I see it at 2 o'clock in the morning? I got up last night at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I know what everyone's going to say, oh god, he's got corona or something. I don't know whether I have or not, but I woke up and I was sweating, and I don't know whether sweating is the same as the temperature. Maybe I just had too many covers on, I'm not sure. But I woke up and I was sweating for about 10-15 minutes or so, and then I threw my covers off and everything. But then I just couldn't get back to sleep because I just fell off. Can't describe it. It was just a feeling of just feeling weird or off, and then I couldn't get back to sleep till like 3:30. So I went on my phone and I messaged a couple of people. So I don't know whether I saw that message at about 2 o'clock. Oh, here we go.
Georgina redeemed this card.
Andrew. Alright, okay. Well, let me get into character. Okay then, folks, we're back for another Drinking with Andrew. It is Friday night, and I'm on the old Taurus, as you can see there. Yes, there's plenty of people in. Oh look, there's lovely Georgina in the chat. Hi there, Georgina. Oh, and we've got Jen in the chat. Hi there, lovely Jen. That's all he says. He spends about 20 minutes complimenting the women in the chat. It's so funny. Oh yeah, that's all I've got. I can't do any more of Andrew. That's the extent of my approach. The only other thing I could do is the cooking with Andrew bit, but to be honest, I've not watched it in a while, so I kind of forgot quite how he is on that. But yeah, that's basically all I've got for Andrew. But yeah, so forgot what I was saying. So no, anyone don't pile me with saying, oh god, he's got corona. 'Cause I don't know whether I have or not. But saying that, today I am, as you can see, quite articulate, my normal self now, so it's probably not the case. But today, I've been coughing a little bit, I've had little things, so it's like, you don't know, because then people can be asymptomatic as well, so there's such a big scale with it, and this is something I was going to talk about very briefly, is there's this massive scale of it, isn't there, from severe to then kind of moderate, or close to severe but just not quite severe. Then you've got mild, and then you've got like asymptomatic, and there's such a range, there's such a gradient of it that you just don't know, and that the ambiguity of it, the uncertainty of it, is really for a lot of people the fear. I mean, of course they have a fear of the virus somewhat, but I think it's a lot of it is more just this uncertainty, that element of ambiguity that we don't know. So yeah, it's interesting anyway. We'll see. If I'm not on next week, you'll know why. I'll have to put a post on Instagram or something just to let people know. But yeah. If I'm not on next week, you know why. Because you never know, this could be the tiny little start of it. I was wondering that, Chris, actually. He didn't get a notification. I was wondering because I had about 16 people in or so, which was about right for that early time period of coming on. But there wasn't as many people in the chat, but now a few more people have jumped in the chat, so maybe a few more people didn't get notifications. I'm not sure anyway. Johnny, not pervy enough. Oh my god, it's terrible. Hi Z, how is your oh no, it's not a good time to have a blooming something wrong with your teeth, is it now? Can you go to the dentist? Is that I don't know whether that's a thing. Well, I mean, it is a thing, obviously, but I don't know whether it's actually happening at the moment. Can you? Maybe it's emergency. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe if you have to have a root canal or something, and it's real emergency, or your tooth's falling out or something. I don't know, but you probably can't do routine appointments, can you? So, God, yeah. Still hurts, Joan, but I have some Oragel on the way. You know what? Remember that? What was it? About 6 months? I think I shared this with you guys. Probably have on another video. But I had that I think I have. I feel like I've talked about it a couple of times actually. But I had that cavity, didn't I? And I tell you, tooth pain. That is what, I don't care what anyone else says, because I had that cavity for a year, on and off, because I wouldn't go to the dentist. I refused to go. I wouldn't go. I would not go. I'm not going to the dentist. And I had that for a year, and so it was on and off, and it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And the pain was horrendous. So if you have got, like, you know, if it is getting badsy, I feel for you, because it is... It causes so much tension, not only in your jaw, but in your body as well, the way you feel, your anxiety levels and stuff. It just causes a lot of tension when you've got a lot of pain in the tooth. And I know that there's many other pains in the body that are a lot worse, or that are just worse not worse, but just different, basically. But I would say that tooth pain is definitely up there. It's one of those things that it's just hard to deal with, you know. It's okay when it's very dull, when it's a dull, just dull experience, dull ache, or whatever you want to call it, throughout maybe the day. But it is, as I say, on that dull level. But when it gets into a bit more of a pervading pain, a bit more of a all-encompassing pain that isn't dull, it's gone from dull to actually you can really start to feel it, then, you know, it's horrible. It's one of those things that it's a weird pain, because you wouldn't expect, and it's like this as well. Sometimes you get a little cut somewhere on your finger, and you don't expect it to hurt that much, but it's just in a random place where it just hurts a lot. And teeth are one of those things as well, where you don't expect it to hurt. You wouldn't imagine it to hurt that much. But it does. It hurts like hell. It is crazy, really. I nearly got a cavity eating all those selection boxes. Oh, yeah. I'd never even checked in on that. Did you manage to eat all of them? That was funny. Yeah, I just sent loads of selection boxes to people at Christmas because I thought it would be funny. Yeah. So I've probably eaten those now. But the thing, I got the cavity from eating. I bought 40 Easter eggs, not last year, but was it last year? No, not last year, the year before, because it was about April, May, I got the cavity in 2018, and then I didn't go properly. I went to the dentist in January, and then I didn't get the treatment. And then I went again in maybe June, July time. Well, no, it must have been about start of June, late May, because it took about three appointments, because I had to have a root canal and stuff. So, and then I had to have another filling done on the other side because he spotted another one. So it was probably late May all the way up to July 2019. So that was from April 2018, May 2018, to all the way to then. And so, so I bought 40 Easter eggs on discount, right? And I thought, yeah, this is going to be brilliant. They're dead cheap, you know, they're really cheap. And I thought, great, I stock them up here. I don't even like, oh yeah, I had them on that top shelf of that cupboard there, didn't I? And I thought, right, I'll have, you know, quarter of an Easter egg a night. And I'm pretty good. I have to say I'm pretty disciplined. It's one of the things that I have going for me, really. Other things I really don't have going for me. But discipline, I'm all right with. So I have about a quarter a night, you know, and then as the days go on, you know, after about 3 weeks of doing that, I get a bit tempted, right? And I think, well, I'll have half a night. So then I have half a night. And then, so we're talking about 30 days, or about 20 to 30 days of just eating Easter eggs, you know, half a night or whatever, which isn't that much. It isn't that much, but considering at the time before then, I'm terrible for brushing my teeth. Well, I was terrible for, but I'm a bit better now because I had the whole year of having tooth pain. But before then, I wasn't as good at brushing my teeth. I just didn't really care. Oh well, it's my teeth. It's all right. It's okay. But anyway, so I wasn't really brilliant for that. So obviously that must have had an effect. And obviously I had eaten chocolate way before that because I've always loved chocolate. It's one of the things I've always loved and always eaten on a daily basis, even if it's just a small little bit or whatever. I love chocolate, and so I had that, and then obviously got the cavity, but. God, so I mean, it's not stopped me from doing it. I was gonna get a load of reduced. Oh, look at that pigeon! I was gonna get a load of reduced Easter eggs from the supermarket before all this happened, but it's not really an essential trip, is it? So I can't. I mean, I might go when we go and get the food shop one week. I might, get a few Easter eggs there, because obviously we're going there essentially anyway. So. Yeah, but I'm not going to get loads or anything, which is a shame. I mean, I suppose I could do, but, imagine walking out of Sainsbury's with about 4 bags full of Easter eggs, and when a police car just goes past, just stops. That isn't essential. Can you imagine that? Bloody funny. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, that was that. I've just rambled there for 20 minutes, but, yeah, Joan says I'd eat all those Easter eggs at once. It's kind of... It's funny, really, because some people are like that, and then other people have the ability to discipline. I obviously was definitely going to eat them all over a period of time. I didn't eat them all, actually, because I did have quite a few left over. And, because it might have been maybe even 50 Easter eggs. I'm just recalling 40, but it might have been even more, because I actually had quite a few left over that I put in a Royal Mail sack and took around my friends. And I don't know whether he ate them or what. I don't know what happened to him, actually, after that, but... yeah, but I was very determined to eat them all at some point. But I've always had that kind of mentality of being able to be disciplined in a certain way. But even saying that, after a few weeks, it got to a point where I was, I'm not being as disciplined, and then obviously I started eating more than potentially I wanted to each night. Right, so you got any questions, whack them in the chat. If you've got any ads cards, then feel free to redeem them as well. I know a few people, I think Georgina might have one. I don't know whether Andrew's got any left. I don't think he has. And I'll just go up the chat because I might have missed a couple of messages here. My brother ripped his calf muscle. Whoa. Yeah, no. So you see, doing anything like that now is so... It's really, really bad because you can't really... Well, I don't really know the full procedure of it because I'm sure they'd be able to give him some treatment, or anyone who does anything that they need treatment for, but it's going to be a lot harder, I think it might even be longer or something, but I don't really know. I don't really know what the... Obviously, there'll be some sort of framework put in place. There'll be some sort of structure put in place to say, right, if it's not this severe... Obviously, I know that they're stopping all non-serious... if they're stopping all non-serious operations, maybe that includes any other sort of therapy or any other things like that. I don't know. Yeah. Because you wouldn't need to have an operation for a calf muscle, would you? Rip of the calf muscle. I wouldn't think you would, because it would just heal like naturally over time. But you definitely need to go to the hospital and stuff for it, I would imagine. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's a weird time. It really is. Oh, Junk Girl's in. Hi there. Gimbal is in. I don't know whether... maybe I have seen you in the chat before. I'm not sure. Maybe you were in last week. I can't remember. Right then, let me have a look in the chat here. Has the swelling gone down? Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I remember with me it was swelling. Yeah, God, that's crazy. In fact, he's just noticed it said I wasn't subscribed. I know, I was strange. I don't know what that's in reference to. Probably something up the chat that I've not even seen. Yeah, don't think there's anything else up the chat. So as I say, if you got any questions or anything, whack them in. Also, the other thing I wanted to talk about, which was to do with, which is in the title, is the copyright claim. So I've had, I know this is going to be maybe a little bit boring for people who don't do YouTube, so I'm going to keep it fairly short. But basically, what people can do is they can put a copyright claim on a video that has music on there, right? And let's say the music is copyrighted material, they can put that on there, and then it strips you of all your revenue, right, from that video. Well, recently I've been having a few more copyright claims on my videos, but as far as I'm aware, now I need to double check this, but I did go on the YouTube account where I get the music I use from, and it was still saying it's copyright free. But I need to double check it because that's just on my YouTube channel, right? I need to, dig a little bit deeper because you never know. These songs can maybe get copyright, or the artist can get copyright, and then obviously it's a different circumstance. But essentially, but the thing is, anyone can, as far as my knowledge goes, from what I was hearing a few months ago, a year ago, might have changed by now, but it used to be that anyone can create a copyright claim, right? And then it strips you of your revenue, and it makes your video monetization turned off, right? So anyway, I've been getting a few of these copyright claims for the intro video that I do. So you know that intro that I have, the long intro with Kleptomaniac by Goblins from Mars, which is a copyright free track, or it was not long ago, as I say. I would just need to double check that in case anything's changed, but it still said copyright free on the YouTube channel. So someone has made a claim, apparently, and I only can say apparently because, as I say, anyone can create these claims, so you don't know whether it is actually them, but apparently on behalf of Goblins from Mars. So if it is on behalf of Goblins from Mars, fair enough. Their song, if they want to copyright it, then I just have to use another song, right? But it annoys me, the fact how many times I'm getting blooming copyright claims over the last few... Oh, wait, here we go.
Georgina,
oh, I'll do that now, Georgina.
Folded hands.
I didn't know you would have another one of them. But yeah, it annoys me how many... where am I going now? How many copyright claims I've been getting recently. And it is just annoying. And I had to read... So what I've done, by the way, is I've not redone the intro, but I've obviously put different music into the intro. But the annoying thing... Well, this is a really annoying thing. And yeah, this part of the title... I just put it in there so I could have a rant about this, because to be honest, I need a rant about this. But I've just done I've just edited 5 videos, right? And it has that music in the intro scene, right? So I think, oh bloody hell! So what you can do on YouTube is you can go into the video and you can actually replace the song in the intro. So I've done that anyway, and it's fine, and obviously I redid the intro so that then in future videos that I edit, that new song is in the intro that's copyright free now. Although saying that, Goblins from Mars, as I say, I'm pretty certain that that's still copyright free. So I think it's just some bugger copyright claiming me randomly, just so that then the revenue strip. Now I don't make much revenue on the videos, but it's just annoying, you know. So anyway, I've done that, and then I've replaced the intro song on the other videos that I uploaded today. So on the videos that come out, the vlogs that come out in the next few days, there's going to be a bit of a weird intro song on them, and then, because I've just had to use some random song from a YouTube library that I thought best fit it, and then after that there'll be a different intro music. But the problem is, I really liked the Goblin from Mars one because it really fit the intro. It really lined up beautifully when I was doing it. I thought, oh, for God's sake, now I worked on that intro really hard. I thought I got it really perfect, and then boom, this comes along. But you know, it's just how it is, isn't it? You can't control it, basically. Anyway, so I've sent those cards to you, Georgina, so you will receive them very soon. That's 6 cards you've just got there. That's good, isn't it? Oh wait, that's still on there. Oh, we've got 33 people watching. That's a bit more than normal. The last few weeks it's been about 24. So yeah, if you're in, drop in the chat. Drop a comment in the chat. And say hello, because there might be a couple of new people in. I'm not sure. If you're new, don't worry, I don't bite. Unless you want... No, we're not going there. Okay. Why do I have to ruin it? Anyway, does that mean I'll be giving myself a clap? In fact, what is going on with this NHS? Why can't I say that? Anyway, what's going on with that? Because I heard, right, and this will be good if it is, that we're doing it every week or something. Someone said... I mean, the government's saying about at the moment, be careful where you get your information from, and I'm just getting all my information from random people. So don't take this at all as fact or anything. But I've heard from someone talking about someone else that someone said, "Oh God, this is terrible," but don't come to my channel for factual information. But someone said it's going to be a weekly thing, so I don't know whether it probably isn't. But if it is, that'd be interesting. So yeah, I don't know. You might have to clap. So actually, interesting on that, Andrew. Are you going into the hospitals, or are you part of this scheme where you're dropping off parcels of food outside these really at risk or shielded individuals? What's kind of, where are you kind of lying with that? Because I don't know, I assumed, maybe falsely, that the volunteers, most of them, pretty much all of them, will be going into the hospitals. But actually, now thinking upon it more, is probably most of them are going to be going towards that shield. What do they call it? That shield initiative, where they're going to be dropping off parcels of food to the older people and stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure. But it'd be interesting just to hear what you're doing. I know there was that app, wasn't there? Well, you posted on Instagram, and I read that email that you got, actually. There was that app that you download, and then you click on duty or something. I thought that was a really, really clever idea for being able to structure it all and everything, structure the volunteers. But I don't know, anyway, you'll probably whack in the chat what it's about in a second, so I'll learn a bit more about that. Trotters into eBay Traders is in. Don't know who else is in. I've not gone for. Michelle jumped in before. I think I already said Michelle. I think she was in from the start. Stu jumped in. Hi there, Stu. And I think that's it. I don't know whether I said hi to Chris, but I'm sorry if I didn't. And yeah, I think that's it for now until I move down the chat and then probably see someone else. Right then. I'll sing you an intro song. There's a few here in the chat I'd like to be. Oh no, Andrew, seriously, please do not. Don't say. Oh god. You have no idea what you're doing yet. I've not read the instructions. It sounds like you're doing a model aeroplane or something. I've not read the instructions. Yeah, I want to volunteer to help the female nurses. If it's the Shield, I will be describing myself as an agent of Shield. Yeah, when I was talking about that a second ago, I was thinking exactly that. I was thinking, oh, how cool that sounds. I'm happy to be a drugsman. What is going on? I don't even know. I've got a volunteer helper bringing me Oh, right, I get it now, Andrew. I get what you're saying there. Andrew will be working the large-breasted ladies with not much wrong with them ward. Oh, my God. Oh, God, it's crazy. Thanks to... Oh, Jack. Hi there, Jack. So Jack sent me an email. Not that anyone really needed to know, but about Reselling. He just popped in the chat there. Thanks for replying to my email. You know, you're very lucky because it just so happened to be that on my email... Well, no, actually, I think you went through the Adz Experience one, didn't you? That email isn't cluttered up. But I have it on my mailbox. Well, you can see there. Well, you probably won't be able to see there. Oh, yeah, you can practically see. I have it so that then all my I have like my all inboxes, so I always go into the all inboxes one, and it's so cluttered, it's crazy. I just get spam emails and this and that and all the rest of it from loads of different places. And so I was on my email and I just happened to see it probably about 20 minutes after you'd emailed, and if I hadn't have done that, it might have been piled up with all other random spam emails and gone too far down the list, and I might not have seen it. So it was very lucky that I managed to catch that one. But saying that, I might have, in a few weeks' time, actually gone and looked into my Adz Experience one. Oh, no, I don't think you did email me through the Adz Experience one, did you? Oh, no, it's not on there. I don't even know how you've got my other email. Maybe I've still got my other email floating around somewhere, but yeah. Well, that was very lucky then. That was really lucky that I managed to find that one. We've got Julie in. Hi there, Julie. We've got Fat Girl Sewing in. Hi there. I'll be replicating the pre-eye patch days. I don't know what that means. I haven't a clue. Will you wear an eye patch? I don't know, Gimbal. I don't know whether that's a new term for that. I'm not sure. Oh, Ashley's... Hang on a minute. Ashley Carruthers. Now, that... I don't know whether you're the same person as Ashley Cumming or not. For some reason, I'm just thinking you are, but because you have the same colour, turquoise or blue, on your profile, but maybe you are a different person. So I might be getting confused there. Right, I don't think there's anything else at the chat, so if you have any more questions, whack them in. I can't believe it, we've been going for half an hour already. Actually, we've been going for a bit more than half an hour because of that intro thing. Oh, does everyone like the intro? Well, it wasn't really an intro, was it? It was just an image. You can't really say whether you liked an image, can you? Well, actually, there are some images that you can say you like, for different reasons, of course. Always cage the hamster. True story. Oh, God. Why does it always end up that the chat just descends? It starts off really good and amicable and lovely and really above board and everything, and then it descends like this. It's crazy. Ashley Cumming. Oh dear, Adz missed the S. Oh right, is it Ashley Cummings? Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was, I have to do it Ashley Cumming. I don't know. Question. Are you still planning on going to uni, Adz? Very observant of you. Lol, yes, I am the same person. Wow, I can't believe I got that right. I didn't think that. Anyway. So what, have you just got married or something? I don't know how you've got a different last name, if I suppose you must have got married. I don't know. I was assuming you're a woman. Is that right? Have I been thinking, oh, this is terrible? I always assume this. This is why people need profile pictures. You can tell. Oh, I was assuming that. So maybe if you are... Oh, wait, what have we got here?
Georgina redeemed this card. Oh, this one again. Smiley face.
Oh, I saw something this week. I saw something on your profile this week that I liked. Oh, wait, let me go on your Instagram. I don't have to do it straight away anyway. I don't know why I pressure myself. I'm like, oh God, I've got to do it straight away. I don't have to do it straight away. I just have to do it. Well, actually, the reason I was doing it straight away last week was because we got far too many Adz cards being redeemed. Oh, there was something I saw on your profile that I really liked. I thought, oh, that's nice. Anyway, I don't know. I'll have to just say for this one, because now this is the third compliment, that I very much like your taste in 90s music, because I like 90s music as well. And it's actually, funnily enough, it's what I listen to when I'm packaging as well. Actually, saying that, what are like the main songs that you like? Because I always listen to like a 90s compilation when I'm packaging. But yeah, you said there, didn't you, on this post, 90s music motivation today. It's a good top, that as well, actually. It's got like a retro feel to it as well. It's almost like, it's actually not that 90s, that top, because it's almost like it's an 80s. That text on the top is almost an 80s vibe. You know, that 80s computer-like vibe rather than quite the 90s. Because whenever I think of 90s opposed to 80s, 80s is more serious, a little bit more technology, computer-based, that sort of stuff. Obviously, you always think of the big brick phones and the champagne and all that sort of stuff in the boom at the sort of the, was it the mid-80s or later 80s? And then obviously the other thing you think of is Tiffany and things like that, the cheesy pop at the end of the 80s. But then when I think of 90s, I automatically think of For the Planet, I automatically think spiritual, mystical even, I automatically think Free Spirit, a little bit of that kind of, in a way, almost a new neo take or a new modern take on the hippie idea of the 60s. It's not exactly that at all, but it's almost that hippie vibe comes through in the music, especially some of that kind of really groovy dance music. You know, it kind of comes in there. So yeah, but it's weird because that t-shirt, it's kind of got that text on it, it lends itself more to the 80s than the 90s, but anyway, that's just my opinion. Yeah, I think I replied to a message before. I don't know what's going on in there. Oh, I've missed a load of stuff in the chat. Oh, there we go. I got married 3 years ago. Lockdown boredom, updating my details. Oh, right, cool. Yellow card, Andrew. What? Oh, no. What's he done? He's not made a remark. Oh, no. he's going too far, isn't he? Can you just imagine Adz in the Happy Mondays? Oh wait, Happy Monday. Is that That's not Twisting My Melon, man. Sean Ryder? I want to say Sean Ryder. Is that Sean Ryder? Is it Sean Ryder? Is that? Yeah, Sean Ryder, right? Is that right? Happy Mondays, yeah. Hey, look at me with my pop culture references. Bloody hell, I'm getting in there. That was awesome. Anyway, yeah. So you're twisting my melon, man. You know, the only reason I know Sean Ryder is because of I'm a Celebrity. He was in I'm a Celebrity, right? I don't know. I don't know whether it's quite my scene. It's a bit. I don't know. I've never even. I don't think I've heard one of their songs. Maybe I've heard one of their songs, something like that. But yeah, actually, I'd probably need to actually listen to a few more of the songs to be able to see if I'm that vibe. But I don't think I'm really the Sean Ryder type character. But maybe I fit into the Happy Mondays because I don't know. It might be a bit different. But him as a person, I don't think I'm that kind of character quite. But yeah, it's interesting you should say that anyway. 80s music is top. 80s music is brilliant. I got into... actually, here's a good question for anyone in the chat. What is your favourite era of music? I think we'll probably have quite a lot of 70s. We'll probably have quite a lot of 80s. And we'll probably have a few 90s as well, because there's a few younger people in here. Because I went through... it's funny, it really is weird. When I was 11 or 12 years old, I was coming back from some sort of holiday in this country in the car. And I remember Beach Boys coming on Radio 2. I have this vivid memory. I was 11 or 12 years old. And it was possibly Good Vibrations, I think. Or if it wasn't Good Vibrations, it would have been California Girls. Maybe Wouldn't It Be Nice? One of those three. And I'm in the back of the car. And I've got this weird thing in my near my lap. Almost like a bottle or something like that. Anyway, I'm tapping on this bottle away to the music. And this was my first real musical experience. Tapping away on this bottle along with the song. And so my first real, that was my real, I mean, obviously I'd heard modern music and stuff before then, before the age of 11 and stuff. And probably perhaps got into other little bits and bobs. But that was the first real thing. So first thing for me was the 60s with the Beach Boys. And then... as maybe getting to 12, 13, David Bowie came in, 70s. Then I went more to 80s. And then there was a whole mix of eras. I was going from 80s to 70s to 60s. Then I went back to sort of late 50s, early 60s. Elvis, Joan Baez, or Bees, or however you pronounce it. I can never pronounce her name. And it always annoys me, you know. Because I always think, oh God, people are going to think I'm an idiot for not pronouncing a name right. But it's such a hard name. Anyone can pronounce it wrong. So, and who else? Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong, that sort of stuff, that sort of kind of time. And then later on, I went to the 90s. It was only a few years ago. It was only about when I was 19, 20. It was literally only a few years ago when I went to the 90s and really started appreciating the 90s. So obviously, I personally would probably say 70s. It's hard because I love the 80s. I think it's brilliant. And as I've just said there, I possibly even just said it's the best. But it's so hard because the 80s, I feel, is so incredible with the new wave stuff, the new romantics, the whatever the Smiths vibe is, kind of an indie guitar vibe, isn't it? I don't know the exact genre, but the Smiths and the syntho pop with OMD and bands like that, and there's a lot. And then even, I have to admit, the more pop stuff at the late 80s, that bit of cheesy Tiffany or New Kids on the Block, also kind of the soft rock of Chicago and the classic rock of Motley Crue and things like that. And there's absolutely, I could name so many bands. And then that kind of grunge element, well, not grunge per se, punk element of Bauhaus and bands like that. And so much in the 80s, really, really good. But I kind of got into the 70s, and my first, after the Beach Boys, my first real love was David Bowie, or Bowie, or again, that's another one people can test which way you say it. I think it's Bowie, actually, not Bowie, but I don't know, someone will probably say I'm wrong. So yeah, first, really got into him, and then obviously there's a lot of good rock in the 70s, a lot of good rock. Pretty sure Led Zeppelin was mainly 70s, AC/DC was definitely 70s. When was Metallica? Metallica was later, wasn't it? Yeah, Metallica was like 90s, I think. I don't know. I'll have to research that, because it's been a long time since I listened to Metallica. But I did get into them for quite a while. 81, so it maybe 80s actually that. But there was a lot in the 70s that I absolutely loved. There was another big band that I really got into well, not in the 70s, obviously, I wasn't born then, but from the 70s, there was a really big band that I really loved for quite a while. Yeah, I forgot. But then, again, the 80s, you've got that kind of... Was U2 80s, or were they late 80s, 90s? They were more... No, I think they were more... No, I think they might have been 90s into 2000s, right? I'm not sure, but... you know the other one, UB40. UB40, and The Police. The Police were marvellous, and... Heaven 17, and... what else? Good band. They did that Ghost one. Ghost Factory or something. Fiction Factory. And we did one on a Ghost or something, was it called? I'm not sure. And then I loved, again, maybe later 80s, 90s, Peter Gabriel and people like that. The Police were definitely 80s, I know that, definitely. That was one of the big bands that I was into in the 70s, not in the 70s, from the 70s. Queen were one. And then I later got into Pink Floyd, mainly the Dark Side of the Moon album from 1973, because that's really, really good, so powerful. I love Time, but the one that really, really gets me, and I owe Chris Gotts for this one, actually, for putting it up on his YouTube or Instagram or whatever when I listened to it, was Shine On You Crazy Diamond. That is brilliant track, that is. So what else was I going to say? UB40, I want to know whether they were 80s, weren't they? They weren't 90s, they were 80s, they were surely. And then obviously again, the more 90s stuff for me is, some people would consider it very, very cheesy and not nice at all, and that's perfectly fine, but for me, the Aqua and the Toy Box, well, not the Toy Box, but Toy Box, but, Aqua and the Toy Box kind of stuff, that sort of genre of... It's possibly called bubblegum dance or something like that, but again, there's a lot of passion and interest there. Disco from the 70s, and then obviously the 90s dance music. I used to call I say them as a pair because I used to call dance music of the 90s disco music, but it's not. So obviously the disco music of the 70s and the what's it called? Funk and groove and Motown and stuff like that. I think that's kind of what we're called. But I used to love Discotext and Earth, Wind and Fire and that brilliant bands at the late 70s. And when I watched Saturday Night Fever for the first time, that was brilliant because I got some, different bands of that kind of era there. But saying that, I've not watched it in ages, so I don't know what the soundtrack and stuff is to that. But yeah, I liked that. And then there's another one as well that I forgot, but there's so many. There's the Sunshine Band, but I don't know whether that was that around that time. I'm not sure anyway. But yeah, there's so many. I could reel off loads of bands, and then 2000s for me were really Muse, Kaiser Chiefs, The Killers. Those sort of bands were really prominent for me. End of the 2000s, we obviously saw a little bit of a rise to Lady Gaga, 2009, 2010. I didn't get into Eminem until maybe about 2012, 2013, but then I started getting into rap and stuff, and then more recently I've been getting into grime, and I actually have to say, and I'll confess, I really do like mumble rap and things like that, even though that's very, very controversial. Well, not very, very controversial opinion, but some people would say, you like that, I like trap as well. I like things like, and again, I owe Z for this one, really, because I started to really appreciate Little Pump. Kind of a bit for the irony, but also I actually genuinely like a few of his songs, actually pretty decent. Just not necessarily the lyrics aren't very creative or anything in the most part, but just the kind of vibe to it, like rhythm and stuff. And I like really kind of low down bands that aren't really that known and stuff, like Young Gravy and people like that. Although Young Gravy is actually more known these days, but you know, there's like, you know, a lot of those bands, these kind of rappers that all have Young in the names and stuff. But it's brilliant. And Fuck It as well, not Fuck It as in the other way. It's FUKKIT. Again, I suppose it's like grime in a way. It's kind of like that kind of ideal to it. And then there's one other kind of, I forgot, but I mean, I like KSI stuff. I like, as he's gotten into the music scene. I like the rap, and I like a lot of the rap and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's about it. I don't think there's any other stuff. Anyway, I'll be missing out on the chat, so I'll have to check what people are saying in the chat. Bee Gees, yeah, Bee Gees are brilliant, yeah. Spice Girls actually have... Oh, Shawaddy Waddy, yeah, Shawaddy Waddy are brilliant. Shawaddy Waddy, great. Under the Moon of Love and they only are two I know actually, Under the Moon of Love and Angel Eyes, but I love them. You know how I found out about Shawaddy Waddy? There was a TV program on CBBC. I don't know when it ran, maybe 2009 to 2013 or something. Oh, I shouldn't have been watching it. I was too old at the time. I was probably about 13 or 15. But I thought, oh yeah, watch this. So there was this show on CBBC called The Slammer. And it was, I mean, to be honest, it's kind of the older end of CBBC, so it's not too bad. It's not a big confession. But, no, so I watched that, and what it would do is they'd get a kids' audience, and then people would come in to the Slammer, which is this fake prison, hosted by Ted Robbins, obviously. Well, not obviously, but if you know it, then you'll know that it was hosted by Ted Robbins. And essentially you'd get 4 acts in every night, and they'd have a bit of a story to it as well before they got the acts in. There'd be a bit of a TV show beforehand, and it was all integrated into the TV show. And so they did these 4 acts, and one of them on one of the shows was Shawaddy Waddy, and I'd never heard of them before. And obviously they have that 50s vibe going, you know, they kind of brought back the 50s and the 70s kind of thing, but then again the 50s did come back in the 70s. It seems these days, actually, what was it I was observing a few days ago? It seems like the 90s, I think it's the 90s I'm thinking of. It's kind of like a bit of the 90s are coming back now, but I'd have to double check on that, because I saw something the other day on Instagram, a few different things, that made me think, hang on, a bit of that kind of 90s vibe is coming back now. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but yeah, so I saw them on there, and then I researched them, and I thought, because what I used to do every time I get back from school, I'd just be researching bands on YouTube. I'd be going down the rabbit hole. I would type into YouTube one band that I knew, and then, you know, the suggested column on the right hand side, I'd just click on all of them, and then I'd be like, oh my god, who's this new band? Oh my god, this is awesome. Oh my god, you know. And then I got into downloading all the songs and stuff, have them on my iPod. At the time, my iPod, I don't have an iPod anymore. They're kind of redundant now, iPods, aren't we? Really, we've kind of just transferred over to the phones, haven't we? Really, but. Yeah, so I had them all on the iPod, and I had loads and loads of songs at one point, and yeah, I mean, R.E.M., they're another one that I was into quite a lot, that I absolutely loved. I love them now, but I just don't listen to them as much. I've got into more of that kind of current, funnily enough, I've got into a lot more current music now than older music, and I always thought that I would never get into much current music, because I never liked it. I mean, the only things, as I say, I liked Muse, I liked The Killers, I liked Kaiser Chiefs, I liked Queens of the Stone Age, there's another one that I liked. Very, very select few. I liked Lady Gaga mainly for her kind of eccentricity, which is in line with me anyway, so you'd imagine that. And I like bits and bobs of maybe a bit of Snoop Dogg, David Guetta and people like that, and Black Eyed Peas as well, because they were a bit different, a bit funky, you know. But yeah, I never really got into it loads, but now I'm kind of getting more into that, so it's flipped itself on its head, really. Yeah, anyway, diverse me. Oh, that's only a few of them. We don't all. I can't recall them all.
1,200.
Oh no, Shazad is in. Why do you keep doing this one? I'm not doing the noises. You're not getting the noises from me tonight, and you're having 30 seconds, not 60 seconds. No, I said I wasn't going to do the noises. Right, okay. Oh god, I'm going to be going through the floor here. Oh god. God, I better get down off it. I'm not as young as I once was. Ooh, 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 ooh. No, actually, it doesn't even need to be a monkey, does it? It could just be funky, weird dancing, couldn't it? Yeah, we're gonna do that. It's just gonna be...
What's going on in there?
It's fine, don't... Oh, you always have to ruin it. You've got to get down with the rhythm. Get down with the rhythm. Right, okay, that'll do. I want to check the comments here. Blooming hell. Tell ya. Right, let's have a check. You were doing that before the virus? I don't get what that's... Oh, I think he's talking to someone. Right, okay, let me... 90s dance music for me. Yeah, 90s dance. It is good. 70s, 80s and 90s. They are all great, yeah, I have to say, I agree. 70s and 80s, yeah. Think that's the... Oh, you can all give me the clap. Oh, I thought there was another clap there. Right, I'm just... Oh my god, there's so much chat. I am sorry. I'm not getting through all the chat. It was easy to get through the chat a minute ago, and now there's tons of it. It's because I was just rambling for so long. Oh, there we go. Right, I'm at the top, so now I'm going to continue to go down. Not that you need informing of why I'm scrolling my mouse, or where I'm scrolling my mouse, but while I'm scrolling my mouse, that's not... No, oh god, why you... Oh, it's so weird. Try and make everything into a dirty joke. Turning into Andrew. YouTube. Oh, right, so YouTube will actually... Oh, right, I got that one then. I have...
Stream 1,296.
Okay, I'll sort that. I don't know whether there is a question in the chat, actually. I'm not right at the bottom yet, though, so... Bee Gees. Yeah, Bee Gees are so good. They're really good. And I got them from my grandma. I kind of, you know, all the people I've known in my life, I've got different songs and different things from... Oh, wait, no, that wasn't a question, was it? No, okay. I've got different things from them, essentially, and I can even associate different songs with different people. So when I was working at the auction house, someone there gave me the suggestion of listening to R.E.M. Night Swimming, which remains probably my favourite R.E.M. song, Night Swimming. It is brilliant song. Obviously, like, the real major popular one is Losing Your Religion and stuff. But I really like Night Swimming. I think it's one that's maybe a lot of people know, maybe not. I just feel like maybe not as many people know about, but it's really, really good song. So whenever... I've not listened to it in years, but if I were to listen to that again, I'd think of him. And I'd always have these people.
Beast redeemed this card. Can we see more impression of Andrew?
We can, but it's just going to be more of the same. Oh, wait. I've got to go down and do Shazad's first. Right, let me... Andrew! Now I have to answer that one without words. Oh, for God's sake. Right, that... You've got it. You don't need any more than that. Alright. Right, that's Shazad's card done. Bloody hell. God damn it. And yes, I know there wasn't much passion in that, but it's a chair. Look, it's an inanimate object. I'm not going to be passionate with an inanimate object. Okay? I mean, there was a bit of passion. There was a tiny bit of passion. 10%, 20%. Anyway. I get myself into some double binds. Anyway, we are... Oh, Zahir's in still. Also, we need 60 seconds. This is unacceptable. But I'm not doing 60 seconds of that. It's bloody mental. Every week he does that one. I hope he doesn't have any more of them. I bet he does. I bet he has about 7 of them. Oh, for God's sake. Why is Zahir...
1,296 redeemed this card. Why is Zahir will not list his wee haul?
Because he probably can't be bothered testing it like I can't be bothered testing the 5 Wii's I've got in that other room, which is crazy. Haha, Mum thinks there's bad action going on. I don't know what she thinks, honestly. I tell you, when I told her about the ads cards, well, actually, I was going to say she thought something then, but I don't know. I don't even know what she thought, to be honest. That's the thing, I don't know. But yeah. Right then. Love the Wilthelm? Don't know what that is. Maybe it's a band. I don't know. I do not know. Stormzy, Drake. I like Drake. I quite like Drake. God's Plan. Hotline Bling, is it? I like Take Care. Take Care he did with Rihanna. Rihanna was quite good. I don't know many of his songs. I just know a few, handful really. Stormzy, I probably only listened to one of his songs. I can't remember what one it was, but yeah. Yeah, Storymakers. Oh, Storymakers is classic. Was that CBeebies or CBBC? I'm not sure. I think it was CBeebies, wasn't it? That was great. So that had Danny John Jules in as well as one of the. I think it did anyway. It was one of the storytellers. Brilliant, Danny John Jules. Actually, I need to watch the 2 series of Red Dwarf again. I watched them. I thought them too. Right, I know this is maybe a bit controversial because people have differing thoughts on the new series of Red Dwarf, mainly with the whole idea of Crichton looking weird and stuff, although I don't really see that much. Anyway, but I really, really liked the 2 new series. I mean, I know that they did the Back to Earth and stuff, but they did 2 more recent series. I'm talking about those ones. I really enjoyed them, and I need to watch them again, because I just thought the writing was on point. I thought it was really, really good. I mean, obviously, there's possibly 1 or 2 episodes in there that aren't brilliant, but as a collective, I thought they were pretty decent, you know? You always got to allow for a couple of bad episodes or a couple of meh kind of episodes in any series. And there are those people out there who condemn an entire series just because there's 1 or 2 bad episodes. And it's like, why bother? Why condemn an entire series? Just because of a couple of bad episodes. We all have them. The way I think of it, right, I'm a writer, let's say. I'm not a writer, but I'm a writer for a TV show. And I've got to produce in the span of, let's say, 12 months. I don't know what the timescale is. Maybe it's 6 months. Maybe it's 12 months. Maybe it's 18 months. Maybe there isn't a deadline, but I would imagine there is. And you've got to produce 12 scripts. Let's say it's a 12-episode series. Now, those scripts, I don't know how long they're going to be. Surely they're 40, 50 pages or something, minimum. You know, you'd imagine that anyway. Maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more. I don't know. But it's a lot of writing. And then you times that by 12. That's a lot of writing to do in 6 months, 12 months, whatever. And so, you've got to allow for the creative juices running dry in a couple of episodes, in a couple of scripts. And then they just, oh God, right, well, let's just get this out there kind of thing. Well, you know, it's suitable, it's acceptable to good, but it's not great. But we've got great episodes in there, so it's okay. We're all human at the end of the day, so we have to think in terms of that. We have to think, look, the writers are human. They're going to have 1 episode or 2 episodes, but we're going to be like, right, we'll just fill it in. It'll be alright. It'll be okay. It'll be acceptable to good. It'll make good kind of filler. And that's how it is. And that's, if you're not going to be prepared to watch those episodes, then you shouldn't be prepared to watch the entire series, because those episodes are going to show up in 1 or 2 forms, and you won't know where they are. So you're going to have to watch them if you want to watch the entire series. So you may as well just abandon the whole series if you're not willing to watch those filler episodes, essentially. That's just my opinion. I know other people, because what's the saying? Opinions are like arseholes. We've all got one. That's a brilliant saying, that. Anyway, yeah. So, oh God, we've been on an hour. Right, we'll have to go in a minute. I apologise. I will have to go very shortly. Don't ask me about my 90s music experience. I listened to country the first half, and boy bands are set, well, yes, you know, to each your own, each their own. I like the country and folk, but I like, as I say, Joe, Byers, Bees, whatever you say. And the one I like, we've got on our side, I like the Dixie one, Drive Old Dixie Down.
Article of your choosing, preferably tiger print.
Right, so you want me to take my thing off and then get tiger print? Right, yeah, I can do that. I've got tiger print in here. There you go. I've got that one. That'll do. Well, it's leopard print. It's leopard print. How did you know I had that? Have you seen me in it one time? I'm not sure. Anyway, let me just take this off over outside the camera, because I'm actually being sensible tonight as well. We've got 40 people in. We've never had this many for a few weeks. What's going on? Has someone promoted it or something? Bloody hell, I don't know what's going on. Oh, maybe it's lockdown. Maybe it's because everyone's in lockdown. They're like, oh, I've not got anything to do, so anything's better than nothing, even Adam. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's it. I'm not sure. Hang on. Well, wait. Let me get this on. I'll get it on.
96 redeemed this card. Prancing horse.
Oh, bloody bugger. Alright, let me get this on. Really, I should have... Have I got it on backwards? Oh, no, I've got it on backwards. Oh, no, I haven't. No, I've not got it on backwards. Cool. It's weird that you have to get it on like that. It should be a full... There should be full buttons on it all the way... Oh, no, boys. Oh, no, there isn't. No, there isn't full buttons on it all the way down, so you have to put it over your head. 42 people in. That's crazy. Who's getting all these people in here? I don't know what's going on here. Right. I'm just sorting myself out. Right, there we go. Change of clothes. Right, so we want to do a power pose. Did you say what you wanted? I don't know whether you did or not. We'll just do a random one. So, everybody get up from the chairs. We're going to do a power pose. I'll give you a second just to get up from your chairs. I have to put this out the way here, right? Okay, so if you do power poses for 2 minutes, and there is a Thursday Talks episode explaining the benefits, the physiological benefits of power poses. In fact, let me just, that'll do. There is a Thursday Talks episode explaining the physiological benefits and the chemical changes in your body with regards to power poses, because before that episode of Thursday Talks, I watched a show, a TED Talk by Amy Cuddy. And she's an expert on, well, not power poses, obviously something more formal than that, but still, inclusive in that is power poses. And so she said, you do this for 2 minutes. Now, this is a power pose here. This is the arms, or the hero. The hero we like power pose. That isn't the official name, obviously. I mean, you've got this one that Shazad said for me to do, the Hulk Hogan-y one, and then you've got the what's another power pose? Oh, you've got one where you're doing that, but I can't do it because I'm not sat down, but that's another power pose. Anything where you're making yourself bigger, essentially, you're doing it. Because again, it's like the lion in the jungle. When it makes itself bigger, when it's attacking its prey, there's more hero-like vibe there, and it has that chemical release in your body of serotonin and things like that. Well, I would imagine serotonin, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. We'll just go with it, It's that. Anyway, so you just stand like this, basically. So we're going to stand like this for a few seconds. I've not specified a time, so we don't need to do it for 2 minutes. Although it would be advantageous to do it for 2 minutes, because then we'd get that chemical release, and we'd all really, really feel good. And then tomorrow, when we wake up, and we're doing things, and we're getting involved with things in our day, and we're feeling positive and happy, and we've got lots of stuff going on, we can really get involved. Anyway, what's this?
Extreme 1296.
I'll do that now. Well, we'll finish the power poses, since we've just got another card. In fact, that's another thing I could do. With the cards that don't have time limits, it might be worth doing it for when we get another card. We obviously then go on to the next thing. Anyway, let me sit down here. I'll take my glasses off for a couple of minutes. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to see the chat, so I apologise. But I shall have a sip of my tea. And I shall ask the chat a question rather than actually trying to answer, because if I try and answer, I won't be able to. I have plus 6.25 in my left eye, and therefore and plus 6 in my right eye, but the left eye's worse, and so I won't be able to see the chat at all. Now, for those of you worried, because there has been a couple of people worried, my eye is fine, because I did get it checked up in July. Someone was worried, they commented, I appreciate their worry, that essentially they thought I might have something wrong with my eye because it kept going in, even though I had my glasses on. So my eye was going lazy, even though I had glasses on that were my prescription. Well, it turns out, anyway, I had the photograph taken of the back of my eye. Perfectly fine, perfectly healthy. This eye's got at least a few more years left in it, don't worry. But obviously, from birth, as we all know, well, as some of us know, maybe not all of us, the eyes are an organ that just degrades from birth. So as soon as you're born, your eyes are degrading over time. Essentially, that's why when you look at a baby's eyes, they're like seeing the Milky Way. You look into a baby's eyes and they're literally like the Milky Way. Okay, wait.
296 redeemed this card. Has to be good one.
Tell you.
Two were not good enough.
Okay. Well, I'll put my glasses back on now. So, yeah, that's why they're like looking into a Milky Way, essentially, and that's because they're the best they can possibly be. Anyway, so, secret time, right, okay. Really hoping that no one else has any more of those cards, because those are pretty bad. Oh, wait, sorry, I've not turned that down again. Right, well, you're going to have to give me a minute to think, because I don't have many secrets. All the ones I have are big ones. And I know you want a big one, so I'm gonna have to work my way around this one. Bloody hell. Yeah, you're right. The other ones weren't big enough. I get it. I mean, I gave you a couple of small ones that added up to a fairly moderate one. What do I say? I don't know. I don't know. Can't say that one. That would end my career, that one. Oh god, it's so hard. All the secrets I've got a career ending. I've already told you about the helicopter police chase. I've already told you about the weed in the forest. God. Oh, God. I don't know. Because there's literally 2 left. Or 3 left. And they're all big. And it's really challenging me. Can't say them. I can't say the big ones. I told you about the house party where the police came and they let us all go down that road, and then 200 people came down the road, and then the house was hotboxed out because they were all doing bongs and stuff. Oh, crap. Not got... Oh, no. Secret. Oh, God. No, it's gotta be a big one. I have 2 more secret cards. Oh. Right, okay. I'm gonna look in the chat, because I've just been randomly just doing this for about 5 minutes now. I will do a secret. Don't worry. I'm just. Why do I only have big secrets? Yes, we only want big ones, Adz. No. His crush on me is no longer a secret. No, that's not. Oh no. Sometimes wearing your glasses all the time can make your eyes leave them off for a bit. Yeah, definitely. That's a decent, good-looking guy. He should be a model. I should be a model. I'm not that good, am I? No, I mean, maybe with the leopard print, it's a bit better, but I'm not model worthy. Adz ever thought of contact lenses? They don't. For me, I don't really like the thought of the plastic being in my eye. I don't like that, because I know there are only stories and stuff, but I've heard stories of like the contact lens going to the back of your eye and stuff and all that, so I don't want that. I wouldn't say a complete firm no to laser eye surgery. At some point in the future, because that's a one-off thing, you see. You get light laser eye surgery, that's that. But as I've said in the past as well, much like my disability, I always think of my disability as obviously inherently integrated with me, not only physically, but mentally and just with me, with how I am. And it's almost kind of expressed in my psyche as well, in the structure of my unconscious in weirdly in one regard. But, well, you would imagine it would, because it's physically there. It's physically always been present. But, but I also weirdly associate my glasses with my personality. I know that sounds really odd. But no, I wouldn't say a hard no to laser eye surgery at some point in the future. I mean, just get that done. It's basically one kind of thing, and then you can see for your life. And as far as I'm aware, I'm not 100%. I've not looked into it loads, but that's what the adverts and stuff say. And obviously, occasionally I get the adverts because I've got glasses and they can track you, can't they, on your phone now? You have a little bloody camera accessing your camera all the time, seeing all your demographics and stuff. They call them cookies or something, don't they? I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it's an analogy for them eating your data. I don't know. God, cookies. Call them what you like. I know what they are. They're just trying to get what you know. I'm turning into a conspiracy nut. Anyway, right, okay, so secret. There's no secrets. Did I tell you the one about the unicorn? I told you about the one about the unicorn. I did, didn't I? Where I bought that purple unicorn or something when I was like 8 years old. And I really wanted it. I could tell you psychological secrets that are pretty big. Actually, yeah, they are pretty big. But I don't really know whether I've mentioned them that much. I don't know whether I want to say that. That's too big. Let me get my document up. I've got a document on myself. It's got a load of stuff that people don't know about me in. That's probably far too big for this video, but you know, we're a family here, aren't we? And if we're a family, we have to share things, but not too big things. Otherwise, people get turned off and my career goes downhill. What career? You don't have a career. This is a career? A career. Anyway, let me have a look at this. Why can I not just give you about 5 little ones? 5 little ones are easy. I mean, I can owe you a big one. Oh, bloody hell, where is it now? Oh, I'm on page 41. It's not on page 41. Intellectualization, eh? How it'll get you. My love. Right, okay. Can I give you a few little ones? Okay. That's too big. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. Here we go. Right, I'm just giving you a load of little ones here. Right, so these are all shadows of myself, bad traits, or just general things to know on me. So this is actually pretty big stuff if you think about it. I have an inability. This is my own psychoanalysis of myself. I have an inability to commit to someone completely. I have a chameleon personality, and sometimes, mainly more in the past opposed to now because I've got more psychological awareness, but I can deceive people and lie to them, and that comes from not knowing or accepting myself completely. There's a possibility I have autism, but that's undiagnosed, it's self-diagnosed. I had a food disorder, and I had an inability to feel comfortable eating around most people, manifested itself in high school, in which I stopped eating lunches, and if I did, I would hide away from people. We know that one, though, because I talked about it in the stream. I have a superiority complex, which makes me want to compete with others and win. When I don't, self-loathing kicks in, and I feel inferior to others, because an external want to be superior is a kind of internal inferiority complex. So in part, really, there I've got a pole of a complex. I've got an inferiority-superiority pole complex there. I also like putting people into boxes using psychology as my weapon. That's a big one. I'm a classic people pleaser. I sometimes feel that disagreement takes away validity from my own arguments. The desire is a good one. This is a brilliant one. The desire to make people believe I am intelligent by feeling as if I have to display my intelligence in complex ways. Oh, that's classic me. lack of responsibility for my own problems. I can sometimes hold my issues as part of external influences, even if they are not. Here's a big one. This is a juicy one. I'm giving you juicy ones here. Only child. A feeling of wanting to be the other person's, in terms of a spouse or relationship, the other person's only need or want, or even a friendship, really. Maybe because I was my only parent's need or everything to them, because obviously I was an only child. Feeling a little jealousy or fear when people make lasting connections to other friends. So let's say I have a friend, or I have someone who I'm really close with. You're really, really close to that person, and then maybe they go off you a bit and make more of a connection to someone else, and you can see that, and it really cuts into me. It really, really cuts me deep. Again, it's possibly indicative of persona issues as well as anything else, really, and self-worth issues. Right, where is it? This can be somewhat a paranoia, which it can be, that simply has to be accepted and dealt with case by case. And then one more, we'll have two more. Large chance I am a HSP, highly sensitive person, although a lot of people probably already knew that. And I have a hair pulling disorder that comes directly from my anxiety. So there's a good few. That rolls into one big one. You can have that as one big one. We're having that as one big one. We are having that as one big one.
Extreme 1296 redeemed this card.
Right, okay, I'll send you
cards.
2 packs. I need more cards. You've got enough cards as it is. Hang on, what's your name on here? Oh, Extreme, innit? What? Wait, hang on, what's your name? Shazad. Extreme 1296, is that right? One sec, let me just go on to my redemptions. I can find it there. Extreme 1296, cool. 1296. There we go, got you. 2 chests it was, yeah, cool. Right, no, that counts as a big one. I'm counting that as a big one because that was quite a lot. HSP, I think I might be one too. Yeah, it's just being able to pick up things around you, being very emotional, being very kind of sensitive and stuff, but it kind of ties in very, very closely with my personality type of being an INFJ. INFJs generally tend to be more of that kind of more highly sensitive, over-emotional, maybe not over-emotional, but just very emotional, and also they generally be a little bit more creative as well, so yeah, it's interesting. Oh, Jennifer's in. Hi there, Jennifer. We are wrapping up now anyway, so yeah, I've just randomly, I have just disclosed basically a load of random secrets about myself, so yeah, and we're having it as a big one. And I will keep saying that because that's a big one. That's a big one. I could reverse the card. Should I use it? I could use reverse the card. Yeah, you should have used it, Shazad. I would have really liked that. He's stalling. I'm not stalling. I just couldn't think of... Well, yeah, okay, I was stalling a bit, but still. Adz was doing bongs. No, I wasn't doing bongs. I never said it was me who was doing that. I said that the room, it was a little wooden room up the side of a house, and that got hotboxed. Oh my god, Shazad, you don't need to buy any more. You've got about 200 cards. Been out and clap. What is the clap going on? Oh, bloody hell. Right, there you go. There's the clap for the NHS. There you go. I've missed the clap. I didn't know we were having one tonight. Who said that? Off to clap. So you think, oh yeah, there it is in the chat. I just seen it there. Anyway, I did it, but it was a bit late. Sorry. Damn it. I took part. Just a bit late as normal. Go big or go home. No, I didn't do that anyway. Driving traffic to your eBay store. Driving traffic to your eBay store. Oh, I've got a good video on that. I was just so confused about that comment because we were talking about random stuff for so long that a reselling comment just shocked me a bit. No, I've got a good video on that. Well, it might be relevant now. I suppose it's still relevant now. If you go on my eBay courses playlist, there are videos on getting more views, increasing your sales, things like that. The eBay The eBay playlist is the first playlist on my main YouTube homepage, so you should be able to see it there. So that being said, I will leave it there for this one, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you everyone who took part in the chat. Thank you to everyone who redeemed or bought ads cards. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's all the thank yous I need to do. Thank you to myself, I suppose. Am I allowed that one? I suppose it's a bit egotistical, but now you know I have a superiority complex. You know that I've got a tendency to do that, so we're going to give it to myself. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Adam. Yes, I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, and there we go. There's the dual personality or chameleon personality for you. No, it actually isn't. That was just me putting it on. If you really wanted to see the dual personality, you wouldn't be able to, because it happens freely, spontaneously. It's more of a dance rather than something you actually put on or anything. It's a real flowing. It's an offshoot of the unconscious. It's a beautiful little thing that happens. Anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, don't forget, tell all your friends about Thursday Talks. Tell them all about the ads cards and everything. And we'll be here next week, 5:45. And yeah, we will see what's popping then. So see you very soon, guys.